All right, welcome back to a new video. I'm in Southern California. I'm going to be here for a few days with Finn, Jonah, and Jake. And me and Jake just left Utah 10 o'clock last night and did an hour or two of car camping. And here we are in Southern California, ready to do some flipping for the first time. So we'll see how it goes for us. Just started with the first find I flipped is this little side wash lizard. No energy because it's pretty cold in the shade under cover, but I'm gonna let him go, and hopefully we have a good few days, pull a lot of lifers, and we'll see what happens. All right, the sun finally has come out and we're at a board site right now, pretty small one. We're gonna move to somewhere else pretty soon, but we are on the board. We have this San Diego gopher snake. Very cold, definitely. It was kind of like just coming out from underground because this guy was freezing, but nice yellow stomach. And I think it's both of ours are lifer San Diego gopher snake, which is really cool. These guys are unique, but we'll just let it go back under the board. Super stoked that we can start out with something, and hopefully it keeps up. Jake and I just flipped this piece of cover right here, and underneath it was this gopher snake, another San Diego gopher, about the same size as the other one. And just stoked to get hands on another one of these. It's kind of hard if it won't focus, but very cool red eyes, and like the other one, just a nice yellow stomach. So couldn't quite get the focus, but this one definitely looks different than the other one. But already on the board, probably almost done with this first spot, and then we're gonna move on to some more. So last spot we didn't have much luck, and we're at this new little area. Flipped that small board right there, and in a pile was 3 of these slender salamanders. We're just gonna let them go. I'll probably show a better close-up of one of them right here, just so I can show you the length. Won't stop moving around, but as you can see, pretty easy to tell why they're a slender salamander and why that's their name. They basically look like an amphiuma with how small those legs are, but we'll let him go too. Pretty cool. Okay guys, me and Jake were just flipping some of these rocks right here, and underneath that rock or piece of concrete is this tank of a striped California king snake. Had to re-grab him because he keeps trying to squirm away, and I want to get him in focus. But look at this thing. He's kind of brown, but still like some really good black on him. Just a beautiful stripe, and he is an absolute tank. It's got the stuff going down the sides there. But yeah, just an absolutely amazing snake. Easily my favorite snake I've seen this trip so far. We have found like probably 20 snakes since this morning, but one of the board lines we hit, we ran into another guy, and we decided to all hit it together, and to keep pace, I didn't really take any video, but saw some cool snakes there. I won't go through all of it, but this is my highlight of the trip so far, and not hard to see why. This thing is absolutely insane. I could not be more stoked, and really my only other bigger target than like this snake right here would be a rosy boa, but just beautiful, and we're gonna get some pictures. Guys, I just ended showing you the clip with this dude right here. I get a call out from Jake. Look what he's holding. Banded California king snake, big one, and holy crap, this is crazy. Both like freaking 25 yards from each other. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna show a little bit more of that other Cali king here in a second, but pretty shortly after those two, Jake flipped this blind snake, Brahminy blind snake. Might be saying that slightly wrong, but Jake, I think this is lifer for you, right?
Yes.
And I think I've seen one in Mexico, but that is it. Actually, it might have been a different kind, but I'm not sure. Either way, new species for our trip, species number 4, and definitely stoked about this guy. Checking another one off for the trip, and we'll just let him go back under the cover. So here's a better solo look at that large banded Cali King that Jake flipped right after that striped one. And this is definitely a more typical California king snake here in the western U.S. Striped is can be more common in some small areas of California and stuff, but throughout most of the western U.S., these banded Cali Kings is kind of what you're going to be seeing with a little bit of variation and stuff, but very, very cool. Definitely a little bit more yellow and brownish on this guy compared to the white and black that we see in Utah or even that Colorado one. But we are so excited with how this day has been. 25 snakes so far. It's raining pretty good. It's kind of probably going to be wrapping up today soon. But maybe this rain is going to help us out in the next few days. And first day, huge success. We'll keep it going. Okay, this is probably going to be our last spot of the day because it's still raining pretty good. And later in the evening, getting kind of cold. But under this big piece of tin right here, flipped another really nice banded king snake, California king snake. This one has a little bit more brownish to it. You can see it's kind of more chocolatey, yellow and brown, which is still just really cool because I'm not used to seeing this. California people are, but I'm not, so it's still super, super cool to see. Beautiful how green it is, and that it's March and snakes are out in full force. But let's just put them back under the board as we do. There it goes. Okay, it is 6:57. We're driving to our campsite. It feels like past midnight because of how tired we are. But we did just cruise a specific horse frog, seeing quite a few of these on the road with all the rain. But I haven't been able to grab one until this guy, but really cool, nice patterning on this one. We'll move him off the road so that he's not getting obliterated like the rest of his friends. Okay, next find is this huge toad right here. Not 100% sure if it's a western toad or California toad. It kind of looks like a California toad, but I know those are a lot more rare in this area, so I don't want to incorrectly assume that. But whatever he is, he's an absolute tank. He's a huge dude. But we're gonna get him back out off of the road, and cool, we could get a new species for our trip. Okay, so we had some interesting weather this morning that led us to giving the desert a try. Didn't really have much luck, but me and Jake are now with Finn and Jonah. Finn right here holding this juvenile gopher snake that was just flipped, along with Jonah holding this large San Diego gopher snake. Something really cool about this dude is he has a lot of yellow on the stomach there. As far as gophers go, you can kind of see how bright it is. But super sweet. We're kind of back in an area that we feel like we'll have better luck in. Gave the desert a try, but no luck, which wasn't too surprised. But we'll probably just be similar areas like here the next couple of days. We'll see if we can keep turning stuff up. So I didn't get any video yesterday when me and Jake saw some of these guys. But here is a ringneck snake. This one, pretty small. Not that they get very big. Still don't get much bigger than this, but definitely has some more room to grow. Me and Jake saw some good ones yesterday. A lot were in shed, but figured now that we're out kind of doing our own thing, us Utah guys, take a video of this dude. You can see that signature tail curl right there, but really the main reason these guys are so sweet is because of their stomach. But we'll get some shots. It's a lifer for Finn, and then we'll let him go. Classic skink nibbling on our fingers again, but just flip this guy right after the ringneck underneath a little fence post. There's a nice orange on the tail there. We'll let him go since he is wanting to eat me. As y'all can see, just flipped this nice big board right here, and sitting underneath, which I'll grab it in a second, is a California king snake, a nice striped one. I'm gonna grab it before he's able to get away or anything, but super glad to see this guy. I mean, Jake got to see a couple yesterday, but I don't think that that Finn has seen one before, so this is super sweet. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. One last look at that Cali King. Got a little bit of dirt on him, which kind of makes sense because it has been very rainy. It's muddy underneath the boards right now, but glad that he was out. Add to our species list for the day, and we'll probably just hit another spot or two for the next hour and see if anything else pops up. Next flipped herp is this big alligator lizard, which looks like it hasn't lost its tail before, which is pretty cool. And this one is pretty much as big as they get, as you can see there. Not the best coloration, but still just a really nice lizard. And glad that we got something. Another skink. Some really nice red on that lip. I don't know, I have a new phone. This is the first video with my new phone, but it seems like for some reason it's hard for it to focus when I get close to it compared to my old phone at least. But other than that, I think the video is clear, so that's good. But there he goes. Next snake, Finn just flipped this in-shed Cali King. You can see it's got some more kind of yellow, milky colors to it and stuff, especially its eyes, if it will focus. But kind of a bummer that it's in shed, but nonetheless, it's a king snake, something to be very stoked about. And definitely glad we hit this spot. Overall, totals on the day, we got a few different species. I think I forgot to say that we got a rubra at the beginning of the day. Just didn't film it because it was too windy, but other than that, we've picked up the pace definitely, and has been a good day. Okay, we are gonna hit our last spot of the day. We flipped this skink, and right beforehand, another striped California king snake. This is the smallest of the few that we've seen, and for me, Cali King's still some of the top targets, which not quite the same for some of the other guys, but I'm pretty happy with seeing as many of these as possible. But just under this kind of hidden board there. And we'll let them go. Pretty wet out here with all the rain this morning, although I bet this area usually stays pretty wet with how low the elevation is, but we'll let them go. Sun has pretty much set. We're finishing up at this last spot. Just did a little bit of flipping and got this nice big Gilbert skink. It's not focusing, geez. And then this gopher snake right here that Finn's holding. So kind of a, not a baby, but definitely still a juvenile. So they can get a ton bigger than this. But it's cool seeing the different patterning with it that the San Diego gophers have compared to some of the other gopher snakes and stuff. But good to end the day with these two, and definitely been a great trip so far.